Hello, this is Barbara Burgess, www.psychicbarbaraburgess.com. Now, on my other recordings, I might have put .co.uk, so it's www.psychicbarbaraburgess.com. And I want to show you my absolutely gorgeous, well, they're not mine, well, they are. Yes, they are mine because I bought them, but Kyle Gray produced them. So I want to show you how I would read one of these cards. I've done a video on how I would choose a deck. You know, I might have the intuition to choose a deck for somebody. Somebody inquires about a reading. I've just been shuffling them and these have shot out. So one of the videos is how I choose the deck. As I say, someone might inquire about a reading and then I look at my cards and the deck just seems to stand out. The box seems to stand out and I think, oh yes, I'll use that today. Or the person might say they want a dragon card reading or an angel card reading or a fairy card reading, and so that's how I use them. And then another time I might go for months and months and months just using one deck. I seem to alternate mainly between these, the Keepers of the Light, and my dragon cards and my unicorn cards. I did use unicorn cards for quite some time and then went on to the dragon cards and these, and I'm just showing you as I shuffle them, the cards will fall off and shoot out. I seem to do it more with this deck, the Keepers of the Light deck. So what has happened, these have fallen out, they've shot out. So obviously Spirit and the Keepers of the Light want us to use these cards. Now if you see this one, it's the same as the cover. All right, so that might be why we're shown this one, and it is Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy, Move Beyond Current Challenges, Focus on What You Desire. Now, how I would read this, different people do readings in different ways. And when I do a reading, I actually don't all the time read what is on the card. So say I've got a card, I don't think it's the unicorn cards, but it might be. There's a card of a horse. It's a specific card with a horse on it. And that always pops up when I've got a client who is pregnant, going to get pregnant, wants to be pregnant, something like that, something around pregnancy. But the words on that card might be, let's just say the sun will come out tomorrow. So what I'm trying to say here is that what I see in the image and what I would tell the client is often totally different from what's underneath. It can sometimes even be the opposite. All right, so say I drew one of my angel answers cards and I got the answer yes. I might say to my client, you want the answer to be yes, but the actual answer is no. Excuse me. So you see how I can read different things into the cards. I don't actually see these words. Sometimes they might look totally different. Just an example, it's not a very good example, but that says amethyst. I might see that as Amelia. All right, so I might say I've got a male client and he says I'm having trouble with my girlfriend, and I might say, is her name Amelia? And he'll say yes, because I actually see the name Amelia there instead of the name amethyst. Okay, but I've got a friend also. Now she actually reads the cards. She's excellent, really, really good psychic. and she does read what is on the cards. And she's done readings for me, and they have been absolutely correct. So I'm not saying that not to read what's on the cards, but I'm just showing you what I do. So here we have, I'm trying to work backwards here. This lady's got an amethyst, holy amethyst, has actually got an amethyst on her heart. So what you need to do is, oops, the screen froze. So I don't know, I might have put my arm on the keyboard so the screen froze. So look at the card. First of all, it's the colour amethyst. And amethyst, the amethyst crystal, is one of balance. Right, and purple is one of the highest spiritual colours as well. And then you've got some blue in the background. Blue is the colour of healing. Okay, so what is this young lady doing? Well, if I look at the card, if I actually stare at the card, to me she looks as though she's thinking. So this is what I would do when I do a reading, and this is what I suggest you do. So you have a good look at the card. There's lots of rays around. Can you see the rays coming out? So if you look at those rays, that means energy, brightness, happiness. Excuse me, just a minute, please. I can't stop that. How do we stop that? Right, I've got the wrong button going here. Where are we? Right, I don't know if that showed up. Sorry about that, I forgot to switch the alarm off. So I'm really showing someone who might be a beginner, intermediate, how you can read the cards, but also I'm showing you how I read the cards. So I would look at the colours. It's amethyst, which means balance. It's a high spiritual colour, and as I say, she looks as though she is thinking. To me she looks as though she's thinking, and to me she looks as though she wants knowledge. So maybe she wants knowledge about, or the client rather, wants knowledge about spiritual matters. So the face looks to me as though they're questioning, asking questions, they want knowledge, and the colour is the highest spiritual colour. So I might say to the client, you're seeking knowledge about spiritual matters. You want to learn more about spiritual stuff, psychic stuff. Let's see what the other card is. Now this is a totally different colour, isn't it? This is Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. So if once again, we look at the colours. So we've got orange around the outside. Orange is the colour of your solar plexus, which is emotions. All right. And green is calming. So I might say to my client, your emotions are all up in the air and you need calming, you're stressed. And the colour of the elephant, it shows up more on the screen than it does on the card. The colour on the screen is pink. The elephant is pink, so pink is love. So perhaps the emotions around love of this client are all up in the air, because that's the solar plexus where your emotions are, and they need calming down, which is shown by the colour green. All right, but also the card says infinite abundance. So again, you could say, okay, it's all up in the air. Your abundance, your money, the money area of your life is all up in the air. It needs sorting out, calming down. And the third card that popped up. Now, this is a very interesting card. This is Master Buddha. Now, we've got the hand up there. So let's say I was doing a reading for someone, and to me, that could be, it could be someone's inquired about a love reading, what's going to happen in my relationship. And I could say, well, this looks as though this Buddha's saying goodbye. So I might say, well, I'm ever so sorry, but it looks to me as if either you're going to leave the relationship or the other person is going to leave the relationship. So it all depends. So what I do is I look at the card I look at the card and I study it. And again, if this were for a relationship, so the hand up is goodbye or the end of a relationship, but around the head, there's all this energy, brightness stuff going on. So I could say that a new relationship is coming in. You're saying goodbye to one relationship, and because of all this sparkly stuff behind the Buddha, a new relationship is coming in. All right. So it is a case of looking at the colours, looking at the image, and thinking, what is this trying to tell me? And each customer, each client, if I drew this for another client, it might say something totally different. So with the hand up for another client, I might say, you're too busy, you're doing too much, you've got to slow down. All right, and then the blue round there is healing. So I might say, you've got to slow down, you're doing too much, you need healing. Go to a spa or something like that. Look after yourself. So each card with each client will have a different meaning. But as I said before, the one I've got of this specific horse, and he always pops up when it's to do with pregnancy. It's pregnancy, not birth. So it's someone wanting to get pregnant, someone who is pregnant, someone who's thinking about getting pregnant. That card always pops up. But I have found with the Keepers of the Light that they're always different. Each card with each client says something different. That's what I do love about them. Okay, I hope that has helped you. And this is Barbara Burgess, www.psychicbarbaraburgess.com because I said it wrong on the other videos. It's .com. Bye for now.